what's good? I'm sat on my toilet. There's a lot going on in the world right now. And no, yeah, so there's a lot going on in the world right now. But our history, our bloodlines have passed from, getting through shit and getting to the peace that we have now and the peace that we've had so far. And we've had a lot of peace everywhere in the world. We have the highest number of population ever recorded, as far as we know. And nothing's gone wrong at all right now. Nothing has gone wrong right now. Think about, not even a lot of us are hurt right now. None of us are really, none of us are really fighting each other right now. Right now, you're watching this, you're not fighting someone. Most of the people on the planet are not fighting. Most of the people on the planet are eating food, drinking water, and sleeping. Getting by day to day, maintaining themselves to live the longest life that they can. So if we adopt that as a philosophy for law, then I guess law would be like a medical thing, right? So human rights would be a medical thing. And well, I guess they are, obviously. So, what direction does life take? Because apart from life, there are things in the universe waiting to become life. So with all the evolution that we've taken to get to the point where we can literally build societies and feed 8 billion people, or a lot of them, on a daily basis, we could be looking at eradicating the whole of hunger and the whole of necessities and basic necessities, poverty, right now, by switching from looking at life as a fightable scenario to looking at life as an evolutionary direction in which peace only really increases the efficiency and speed at which we get there. The more people that we have dedicating their time to peacekeeping, you could literally be putting people who are not on duty and stuff like that, right? Like people who are not needed at the time because of peace being a thing can literally go and harvest fruit and vegetable. I don't know. Or maybe we could be putting robots to work on fields and drones to grab fruits from trees. I mean, I don't think that farming being replaced by machines would be like a bad thing, and obviously that would bring the price of the stock down to a level because there would be no maintenance costs for staff picking, and that would bring the total price of the stock down to the amount owed to the landowner, the person whose land was being used, well, their rent. So what? Because then people on the other end of the scale, who are extremely poor, who have no food whatsoever, can rely on places like the World Food Programme. Because if you spread the amount of technology that we have towards deploying and farming an ecosystem of food for the whole of the population, and then we can maybe even look at feeding animals and maintaining a complete edge beyond a whole edge beyond just existing on the planet and caring for everything we come across. Bringing health to everything that we come across. Feeding absolutely everything because we can. The Earth's core still continues to melt today. We are on the crust. That means that we have the crust's worth of materials right now. From there, we have as much as the Earth's core cools down, eventually we can begin mining resources down there if we needed to. But should we even be thinking about mining the Earth, for example? Could we be mining a planet? A planet. I mean a moon nearby, and I don't mean our moon. I mean the moons of, for example, Jupiter or Saturn, right? Unless Saturn doesn't have any moons. Saturn has rings. I can't remember. But so Jupiter's moons could be used for H2O collection. And obviously a lot of important materials, right? But apart from that, then what else do we have? Well, we have our sun and our sun brings us electricity, and our sun will continue to provide electricity for that amount of time. So we can continue to provide ourselves an amount of materials because of what NASA has produced materials from from electricity. Therefore, well, I don't know how they made the matter, but I guess they somehow made matter, and they use fuel, so okay, they must have, maybe they can use solar, I don't know, but that would be cool. Obviously, let's take the road of they can't. Well, we have the sun, and we have a lot of planets around us, and we also have Pluto, which keeps kind of fading into the distance, I guess, or not. I can't remember that. We could probably mine Pluto and take materials from Pluto to make things that we need for satellites, so that we can continue to maintain the weight of the Earth, for example, should the weight of the Earth be optimal for keeping in the Goldilocks zone. Or we could mine off of Pluto and source weight or lack thereof, taking the weight off Earth and putting it onto a different planetary object, which as a a different planet, and weigh that one down, or a moon, like one of Jupiter's moons, could be added weight to in order to bring it into the Goldilocks zone, or take weight off of Mars to bring it into the Goldilocks zone. And therefore, planetary intervention could be a couple of mining steps, and we have suddenly a lot more space for humanity and all of our other friends. So then we're looking at having a few water and life ecosystems due to the temperature in Goldilocks, and then perhaps bringing ice from Jupiter's moon Europa. Am I right in that? I can't remember. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember. Anyway, that sounds like Destiny too. So from there, we have the time and the resources that I've just mentioned to build a perhaps rocket to be able to travel to a different part of the universe or our galaxy, to be able to find a planet which would not be inhabited at all and provide more life wherever that would be, and essentially just keep kind of developing I don't know if NASA can make like matter off the sun, maybe we can grow more planets. That would be cool. Would solve the issues I was talking about. And yeah, I mean, especially with the fact that the artificial sun was just produced, I reckon maybe if that could do it, definitely, like, we're kind of good for a while, for quite a while. So I guess like we're kind of good. Like if you look at that side of things, we're kind of good, but like if we could just upgrade our species to become surplus of necessities in every place, such as terraforming our planet, or indeed installing measures to manage the climate to terraform the planet, then perhaps we could make large lakes in Africa, artificially using cloud seeding, and perhaps within a forest of trees that would benefit the ecosystem as well if you put lily pads on the thing, and you could perhaps connect that, or I thought of putting ice freezers under the ocean to boil seawater to turn it into pure H2O, dripped into a central kind of chamber to freeze pure H2O, open the box and release a piece of ice into a net, which would go up and down depending on the size and height of the cloud and the spread necessary to cover the hydration of the planet as a landmass cloud, effective array around every landmass to have freezers which open and cool the water surrounding to affect the air above it, and then affect the cloud movement based on a cycle, and then have that energy effect at the lowest point mount into a sustained effect onto the atmospheric movement to draw energy from the grounds between the ice, water, and clouds, to cool the cloud into misting over the whole of the landscape, and that done a few times a year or a number of times a year depending on the spread and the retention, could maybe lend it could maybe lend enough hydration for the soil to prevent wildfires. So yeah. But apart from that, I think that we are definitely going to be okay as a species, because like we are like the point of our evolution, and the tip top of life's standards and look where you can get with studying a little bit. Look what you can do with studying a little bit and getting into a career. Look what you can do, right? You can earn an amount, for example, being a GP with the NHS. I guess that would be about 30 grand or above, depending on the job that you were doing. So that was why the chicken across the road